Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd make this video just showing you little tips and tricks on how I make my closure unit. As you know, I'm a beginner in making closure units, but I find that every time I make one, I change up certain things. So I will show you how I bleach my knots, color my bundles, style my hair, and construct my wig. Step 1. The first thing you're going to see me do here is get my powdered bleach and pour it into a mixing bowl. I have my gloves on. And guys, I just came straight from work and just popped right into this. And you know I don't lotion my elbows, so sorry about that. We're going to go in with a 30 volume developer. We're going to mix this up and make like a thick consistency. When bleaching your knots, you just want to I kind of like eyeball it and make like a thick consistency. So if I lift the brush out of the mixture, nothing falls off. And that works pretty well for me when bleaching my knots. You don't want the bleach to kind of seep through and touch the hair. I have my aluminum foil down just to protect my surface. And once I get what I need, I just go on to the closure. This is our closure right here. She's already bleached to my liking. I'm going to go ahead and just bleach the knots, and what happens is I just kind of lightly just paste the bleach on to the closure. And like the bleach is so thick that it don't even like drop off the brush. Like I have to touch the brush, kind of like patting it on the closure. And I'm doing it lightly, guys. And what happens is you want the bleach to just cover all the black little dots. And before this, I did take my Got2b glue freeze spray and spray the front of the closure and brush all the hair back so they can just be uniform and not be sticking out in front of the closure. Some people just bleach the front of their frontals and closures. Some people bleach the whole thing. It was little. I just bleached the whole thing. It just depends on how I feel. So I flip over the closure just to let it cook up for a little bit. I let it sit there for about 20-25 minutes, and then I go back and recheck. So when you go on to bleach the bundles, I go for a higher volume. So I'm adding 40 volume developer to the mixture. And I'm going to make like a pancake consistency, so a little looser than the mixture for the bleach and knots. So we're just going to make like a pancake consistency, and then we're just going to apply the bleach to the bundles. I kind of like starting at the ends and then working my way up. But at this point, I just was like so tired that I just went in with the bleach and just made sure I had it all over the bundle. So what I will tell you from this time, what I learned from bleaching the bundle this time, that I will unravel the bundle. When you're bleaching the hair, you want to have control of the hair. And I feel like when it's wrapped up, you have control. But the thing about it is kind of hard to like ombre if you want to go far up to the weft. So it's better to kind of like open up the bundle and get like clips and like fold your track probably like 2 or 3 times so you can really just ombre it and apply it really well. See, I have to go through doing all this mixture with my hand, opening it up, turning it around. If I just had that bundle just spread across that desk, it would have been a little bit easier. I just would have eyeballed everything. So that's what I do differently now. I will open up the bundle and just fold it like twice or 3 times or so. And I just keep applying it, guys. If you got to add more bleach, more developer, add it to the mixture, mix it up, and just make sure all the hair is saturated that you want to get bleached. Because like you don't want a part that you want to be bleached to have like little black strings in it, unless that's what you're going for. We're going to let that bundle cook right there. We wrapped it up, and we're going to clean up and go to the next process. We're going to check our closure here. It's been a while. So we're just going to look and see if the black dots turn blonde. And as you see, they're still black. You see the little black dots. So we're just going to let that cook. We washed out our bundle. And this was one, I bleached this one time. And this looks really good. I like that. So this was one time bleaching it. It really came out light. I like that bleaching powder a lot. Toner that we're going to use. And this is my closure. So I washed out my closure and I have my purple shampoo, my shimmer lights on it. And this is the closure after you wash out the shimmer lights. And my closure looks pretty good. So once your bleach, see the blonde spots? So once your closure is bleached, you want to go in with shimmer lights or purple shampoo just so you don't have the brassiness. So now we're going back to the bundle. So the bundle is dry. So now I'm going to tone the bundle. So that's the bottle of toner. I put in the little pink and white heart cup. And then I went and I filled up that little bottle 2 times with a 20 volume developer, because that's what the directions said. And I poured the mixture into the developer. So 1 developer, 2 bottles of the 20 bottle developer, and you mix it all together to make the toner. So I'm going to apply this all over the bundle. And I'm only doing the bundle because I already bleached and toned my closure previously. So we're just going to make sure this gets everywhere and saturated. And guys, you should have on gloves. I should have on gloves too. So I'm just making sure that it's all in there. Like I'm flipping this bundle over. I'm opening it up. I'm going into the top of the bundle. Like I make sure everything is saturated. This is my closure now that I'm showing you, and it's all dry. And I'm going to let my bundle sit for like a half an hour in my toner. You see back there in the Target bag. And this is multitasking at its best. I was making a wig and I was like, let me show my guys and let me film it. So I'm showing you some of my sewing pattern here. This is a dome cap. This is on a canvas head. I started making the wig. And what I do now is start sewing in my bundles first. I go through the dome cap. I go through the skin of it. I don't go through the whole band at the end right here. So I will go downward and go through it, make a knot. You're going to see me pull the needle through the thread to make a knot. I do that about 2 or 3 times. And once I get to the cap part, when I'm not on the lining and I get to the cap, I start going underneath of the weft. Not through it, just underneath, and just making a knot underneath, and I just keep going. And I kind of like that method. It gives me a groove, because sewing is hard. Like if you're not used to it, you got to find a groove. And like I'm glad I kept this clip in, because like the knot got a little tied up, and all you have to do is like kind of adjust the strings and stuff and move them around, and it'll go right through. This is me going through the thread, and you just pull it right through. So making the knots at the beginning, at the end, just secures it, and then you just sew it all through the dome cap when you go around. You don't have to go through the weft all around the dome cap. I mean, you can if you want to, but you don't. You see, I'm doing it again. I'm going through the skin. I'm gonna go through the weft. I'm gonna make a knot, and this is what I do. Pull it through. And I didn't cut this out because some people need to see. Make that knot. Bam. So now we're going to go to sewing. And you see now I'm going under. I go around my needle twice, make my little knot, pull through. And sometimes, I don't go around a needle twice. I go under, I go over once, and I'm good. It's all about your flow of things. And once you get into a groove, you just keep on going, and you should just be good to go. So So I'm just going to show you some more of this sewing technique so you guys can see. Because it took me a minute. Because when I first started like sewing, every time that I go like around the track, first of all, the first time, let me tell you, I would go through the track the whole time just to make sure the track was secure. And when I went underneath the track, it just didn't look right. So now that I got a groove, I'm just so happy. And it's nice and it's neat, and you see I'm just so proud of my sewing. So after I get in like the first or second track, I'll put my closure on, or sometimes I'll put my closure on in the beginning. It just kind of, it just depends on how I feel. When I first started making my wigs, I would put my closure right on, right in the beginning. But like as you start making them, you'll get the niche and you'll just do whatever you need to do. And you see I have my T-pins here just to like kind of support the track. Keep it straight, keep it in place while I'm sewing. The end, guys, I will make like a knot. I will go through the edge of the dome cap again 2-3 times, make a knot, and just make sure that thing stays right in place. And that's how I just secure my track, and it seems to be working pretty well. Like I'm making these wigs, I'm getting them out, and I'm doing my thing. I'll get the gist of it. We're just going to cut this, make this knot right here. My hands is in the way, guys. Sorry, but y'all see what I'm doing. I cut the thread and I'm making a knot. And that's what you do. I made a knot, I think like 3 times, guys. Sewed on. I'm just showing you again a different view. Me starting to sew the track on, and me just sewing this bad boy in. And then that's it. Just go for what you know. I'm just gonna let y'all watch that, okay? Secure that. Then I start going underneath and I start just going into it, just flowing, flowing, flowing. This is the finished wig right here. And what I like to do is just make sure that my closure or my frontal is really flat. I'm going to show you guys all the hair right here. This is the hair. And the hair is not that bright. I don't know why it's coming so bright off on camera, but it's not that bright. So what I like to do is go on with my straightening comb and flatten out that closure. And then I like to try my baby on. But before I do that, I'm going to just cut off the excess dome cap. You got to get rid of that. And I guess I thought you guys didn't want to see it because I'm all way back there for some reason. So I put the wig on. And then I'm just going to style the wig, just to see how the wig takes a curl or how it's straightened. When I make units and stuff like that, I like to play with it and just to see how it takes. So I either straighten it or I'll curl it. You see I got the front section off and I'm going in with my wine curl. One thing about this hair, and this is the first time me bleaching the hair, guys. This is the first time me bleaching hair at all. But the hair texture feels so different. The hair texture feels different than what it felt like when I first got it. And I think it's the bundle that I went in with the 40 volume developer, because the closure still feels the same and like the other two bundles still feel the same. But my lightest bundle feel a little different. I did deep condition this hair too, guys. After I washed out, you know, the bleach and stuff like that and toned it, I deep conditioned it for a while. So I think I might have to do that again. But this is me showing you guys the hair, and this is the unit, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.